Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again for our English podcast. Today is with Ingrid. If you guys don't know her, after this podcast, follow her because she posts like amazing pictures there. And I have like thousands of questions for her. I'm gonna call her, okay? But let me just clarify some things. All the podcasts, like the whole podcast, will be in English, okay? It's a way for you guys get to know Ingrid and her experience, her story, her background. Also for you practice listening, vocabulary, and everything. Hello, Rafael, and let's get started, okay? If you want to invite somebody to watch, if you know somebody, or if you want to live abroad, study abroad, here is the opportunity for you guys get to know more about it. So let's call her. Let's call her. Yay! There she is. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
I'm good.
Ah,
Pretty.
that's nice. That's nice. Ingrid, first of all, thank you so much for accepting this crazy idea, to go live on YouTube. I know that's like everyone that would accept, but you did say, "Look, let's do it, that." So it was really awesome. It was really
Well,
awesome.
thank you for inviting us.
Guys, pretty cool. Guys, if you guys don't know, like, Ingrid, you were from my city, right? South
Yeah.
Pirapora, right?
hmm
That's cool. That's cool. And I have taught her like years ago, and I was talking to her like some minutes before we get started. One day I was scrolling my Instagram, and then I saw like Ingrid crying at the airport with her family, and it was like, wow. And then I switched for another picture, and then she was like waving at the airport. I say, whoa,
Where she's
what's
going?
going? Where she's going? What she's doing? And then she had I think a flag of UK or something. Yeah, it was like that, right? I said, "Oh, she's leaving the country." And then I was like really surprised. So thank you for coming, for sharing this experience with us. So first of all, tell us like how did you have this idea to leave Brazil? How did it started, please?
So this idea was about 2 years ago. I met a friend when I was doing tourism course, and then we become close friends. And after that, I think was in the COVID time. Yeah, during the pandemic. She sent me a message like, "Well, what are you doing? What is your plans for the next year?" And I said, "Well, I'm employed now. I don't have a job. I don't have money, but I really want to go abroad now. I really want to achieve this dream." And she said, "Oh, I'm doing the same. I'm researching some kind of exchange abroad." And then she said, "I have a friend that he's already abroad. He's doing a volunteer work was in England." And then we start research, we start to talk with him, and then we discovered that the way that we came as volunteers here. And in that time I was employed, so I find a job. I start to save money. So it was like a year save money. And then now I'm here for a year and almost a year and a half now.
Almost in a year and a half.
Yes.
Wow. So you left Brazil in the middle of the pandemic.
Yes, was October, no, September of 2021. Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there were like some pandemics. Oh, wow, that's cool. And then it was like the decision was like, okay, let's do that. Or it took some time for you, like really decided to leave because that's not a quick decision, I believe.
Was fast, but I always had this dream since I was a kid. And my mom, she gave me the motivation to study English. I remember when I was a kid, she told me, "If you want to live abroad, you need to learn English. So we're gonna pay school for you. We need to help you." Then what was when I started, but when was actually happening, I didn't believe. And when me and my friend we did that plan, as I didn't have a job and I didn't have a work, I didn't believe that would happen. So I was like, okay, let's do that. But then I remember in the day that we actually booked the flights, I was, oh my god, I'm literally going.
Wow, it's real. Like I'm really doing that.
Yes, I didn't sleep in that night. start to cry a lot, like, oh, I'm gonna leave my family, I'm gonna leave my food, my cat, and everything. But I just believe when I got here, I think in my first week was completely strange. But after in my second week, I was like, okay, I'm abroad. Everyone's talking English now, no subtitles. Just live.
Yeah, like they don't have subtitles, you know?
It was
Like, got
really
it.
hard
I
at the
see.
beginning
Wow, amazing, really.
because of
So
them.
basically, you plan for a year.
Yeah,
So basically, in the middle of pandemic, 2020.
yes.
Wow. How was
2021. Oh yeah, 2020. Yeah.
yeah, like you start planning like save money as you said in
Yeah.
2020 in the middle of pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe there were many questions like what if because it was in the middle of pandemic like
Yeah,
if
everything was so suspicious in some point because we just have this friend, but he was a volunteer in England. It's not the same community that we came, so we didn't know if the community was safe, and we didn't know how would be the job. We didn't know how would be our house, the food, the money. So a lot of questions in the mind in that time.
Mhm.
But I really want to come, so I told my mom I'm going to try. If something goes wrong, I know I can come back. If we need, we can use the credit card just to pay the flight for coming back, just to be safe. But yeah, now I'm here for more than a year now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Guys, that you guys are watching, like if you have any question to Ingrid, write in the comment, okay? You guys can write there. We're gonna answer here, okay? And Ingrid, like you tell me like you have told us like that you plan for a year, you saved money, then you made some research with a friend that was
Mhm.
already living there, and you really nice that you said that your parents were really support your idea, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a really important that case, right? Because how old were you when you left?
Uh, 21. Yeah, 21.
21, so that's a very young to go on an adventure like that, you
Yeah.
know. And tell me like where you're living now.
Now I'm living in Wales. I'm still in the same community. Now I'm working here. I'm not a volunteer anymore, but I'm still living in the community. I still is almost doing the same. I just being paid now, so it's good.
That's great. That's really good. That's really good. But tell us like this volunteer work, what was about, and you told me like about community. Can you explain this?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna explain the visa first. So it's gonna make
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great.
in UK they have a visa. Tier 5 is the name. Is a visa to be a volunteer. So there's a lot of community in the government website. So you can get in touch and just ask about the job and ask where it is, what they do, and all of your questions. So we got in touch with this one in Wales and they approve us to come. So here's a community for autistic people. So we work with autistic and it's a big community. We have around 7 or 8 houses. And each house they have some residents. We call them residents. And then we go for that house to do the work. And we have the house for the volunteers. So when I was a volunteer, I used to live in a house of the volunteers. I used to have my own bedroom. We just shared the kitchen and the toilets, and everyone has a house to work. So it's completely different about everything that I have done because we really live in a community. So we do everything together. We have a lot of events for make everyone part of the group,
Wow,
and
that's
we have
nice.
a lot of people from a lot of countries. So it's really nice. It's really nice.
So, like, you work with autism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And adults, kids,
Adults, yeah,
adults, all right.
around
And
18,
you,
30.
okay, got it. And you like, and each volunteer needs to work with like one house,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And in this house is like, how many? how many people you needed to
Mm,
work?
depend. In the house that I work now, we have 7 residents. When I
Mm-hmm.
started, they were 5. Yeah, now they are 7. And basically, the work is really easy. You just, especially for, I don't know who is already a mom or something, it's really easy because basically you just need to keep everyone safe. You need to
Mm-hmm.
help to do the food. You need to
Mm-hmm.
give support, and our our job is to be like company and friends for them and help them to be more independent. So give emotional support, like, oh, you can do that, you can cook a lot,
Mm-hmm.
you can do this. So
That's
basically
amazing.
that. And inside of the community as well, we have some sessions. So the sessions, they have some works that they can improve something. So we have a shop inside. So some of them, they work in the shop, some of the residents. So they learn how to deal with money, they learn how to talk more with people because they are more shy normally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they improve these skills. We have like craft workshop, garden, oh, a lot. We have
Pretty nice.
drama, everything, animals. We have this session, so it's like a school and a community in the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's like a school, you
Yeah,
know.
like a school. And I work in the house, um,
Mm-hmm.
3 days of my week, and 2 days of my week I work in these sessions. So I just go to give the supporting sessions, doing the workshop with them, doing candles, craft, cards, these things.
Amazing. I had never heard about that. And it's amazing job. It's amazing job, really. Congrats, congrats, Ray. Because I talked to your mother like some weeks ago, and she commented something like, and I was like, wow, this is really big. I have never heard about that one. That people are doing that, and these communities, these events, like these volunteer program, like is from the government, like the government, like that provides that.
Mm-hmm. The government, they give you like a sponsorship to stay here for a year. So this visa is just for that, just to be a volunteer. So you cannot work and you cannot study here, but you're gonna have allowance in the community that is enough to live. And
Mm-hmm.
eat here for free. They give you food, and they pay for the toiletries like shampoo, soap, this kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that money that they gave you, you can save, you can buy clothes, you can travel, you can choose. It's not a lot, it's allowance, but
You can travel with the allowance already, like
uh, I went to London, which is near, but yeah, some volunteers, they went to Paris, they went to Scotland.
it's a great allowance. It's
Yeah, it's,
it's a great allowance. Wow,
no,
that's amazing.
it's not
Come
too,
on.
but here everything is cheap with the money, and all the countries is small. So, oh, and we also have a volunteers car that we can use it for free. We can just need to book, and they pay for the petrol, and we can just travel inside of the Wales in our day off. So it's really good.
Guys, you guys are watching that. Really, look for this volunteer leader. And like, okay, if somebody's watching here or even me, like really interested in it, how do I do? How these people can be a volunteer?
So
Is it easy?
yeah, it's really easy. First, you need to find in the government, the
Mm-hmm.
website, the communities that they accept here, and see your profile, because there is a lot of communities. There is community for elderly people. There is community for autistic people. There is community like church communities. There is like hotels for um, people from university that they come
Mm-hmm.
just to study or to do some research. So there's different kinds of communities. So you need to see first what you want. I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoy work with autists. I think it's amazing. So I really found
Pretty
myself
cool.
here. But you go in the website, you have a lot of the names. And after that, you just get the email of the community and just send asking about the if they have some opportunities for volunteers, and they're gonna tell about the tier 5 visa. In the community, they help you with everything, like to apply the visa with all the documents that you need, literally everything. And basically, you just need to pay for the visa. It's not that cheap, but it's not that expensive like
Mm-hmm.
exchange, so it's really cheap for us. So you just pay for your visa, and yeah, just for your visa. Yeah, you don't pay for the flight. Oh yeah, you pay for the flight to come. In my community, you pay to come, but if you when you finish your year, if you finish the 12 months, they pay you to go back to your country.
They pay your flight back to go back to your country.
In some communities, not all, but yeah, this one, yes.
Wow, Ingrid, really, I'm shocked in here.
Yeah, when I
Really.
stop, I think I'm shocked as well.
Like,
It's
is
a great.
this true? Like, is this true? You know, because
It's why
wow,
I didn't feel safe to come in the beginning because I was it's true. It's
like, man, that's too good to be true. You know, that nah, that cannot be true. Amazing, amazing. And tell me, like, for any of us that like is watching you now,
mm-hmm.
requirements. What needs to have like to be a volunteer?
Yeah, basically it's just the English and doesn't need to be really high level. There's a lot of volunteers here. They are literally in a basic and they pass in the interview. So it's just English for the interview.
And the interview was online.
Yeah, was a video call with the responsible of the volunteers in the community. But
How
it's really,
how?
they don't ask like for experience with autism or
Mhm.
care before anything because you have a lot of trainings when you arrive. Is why you need to come, or you need to come with not a good English, but enough to understand some things, or you need to come open to learn because you're gonna have a lot of trainings when you arrive. So you
Got
need
it.
to be aware what about what you're doing because you are taking care about other people. So
Hmm.
you need to be careful. But basically, it's just the English and more than 18. Just that.
But then you needed to take a. Did you need to take a test
No,
or just the interview in English?
just the interview.
How
Yeah.
was your interview in
Oh,
English?
God, I was so nervous. I was completely nervous. But I was okay because I I have done some interviews in English before, so I was okay, but I was nervous. But when the interview started, I never did an interview with a native before, so her accent, oh my God, was a nightmare because she's Welsh, she's from Wales, and it's completely different about the British English. It's completely. And when she started to talk, I didn't understand most of the things. I just understood some words and I connect. But was good. But I remember at some point, um, she asked if I was wait, I forgot the word now. I think she asked me if I was an authentic person. I Yeah, she asked something like that. But I understand that she was asking if I was autistic. And I was like, no, no, I'm not. And she's like, no, you're not. And I started saying, yes, yes, I am. And she's like, are you autistic? And it's like, yeah, you don't look to be autist for me. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
So I was,
I yeah, it happened. It happened. It
yeah.
happened. Don't
Oh,
worry.
everything happens, to be fair. It still happens. And
I'm gonna ask about your English that way. Pretty good, pretty nice. Wow. And then tell us, now tell us. You boarded the plane.
I
How
was,
was like the first day, the first week? How
oh,
was that?
was really, really strange. In the first day was okay because as we arrived in the volunteers' house, they were complete like actually when we arrived we did a quarantine in London for 2 weeks. So we
Because it
just
was in the mid of pandemic, right?
so we stayed 2 weeks in the hotel. We didn't see anything in London, we just stayed in the hotel. But in that point, I remember I had some problems with my food because in the hotel that day I stay, they just have Indian food, and I don't like spice food. So
Mm.
every day I was trying to call in the reception to say, "Oh, I don't eat spice food," and they didn't understand me. I didn't understand the Indian accent, so it was a mess. But when I arrived in the community, it was really okay because there's a lot of Colombian people and Brazilians, so we help each other a lot. And I was living with them, so I was really welcome when I arrived. But when I started to work, um, I wasn't sure about the job, so I didn't know. In my point of view, in that time, I would be helping just with the cleaning of the house or cooking. In my mind, I wouldn't work, especially with the residents, because in my mind, I should have been, I don't know, I should have a degree or something to do that. But when I arrived, I had a lot of training about autistic people, and then I realized that I would actually work like alone, one to one with the residents. So I was, oh my god! But I
Mhm.
remember in my first week, the accent was really bad for my listening. They could understand me, but I could understand them. When they talk, was like, oh, I can understand at all.
Damn.
But now,
Really?
now it's okay. Now I can understand most of the things. It's okay.
You are a native now. Come on. You
No,
sound like a native now. And
no.
then, like, when you arrived, so quarantine,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then after that, you start to have the trainings, all receiving all the instructions,
Yeah.
and
So after the quarantine, when we arrived in the community, we had 3 day offs in the beginning. Yeah, to rest, to like organize your room. So the volunteers took us out in Wales to have a look outside as well, and then two weeks I think of training. So we did a lot of training about
two
epilepsy.
weeks.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe with body restriction. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We did fire training, first AD training. Yeah, a lot.
Wow.
Sign training. We use sign language here.
Did you
So
learn it?
yeah.
Ah, that's nice. That's
So
so nice.
sometimes when I'm talking, I just do the signs. It's unconscious. I just do because I use a lot at work. So
Pretty good.
here they have like a rule that we need to use the signs with everyone. So even when we are talking staff to staff, we need to use. So it's kind of fun. So actually this helped me a lot when I arrived because sometimes I was talking and they could understand. So I was like, oh, the book.
Let's go to other language in here. So, and what? Just like curiosity, why you really need to use the sign language like every time?
Because not most, but some of the residents they are not verbal. So if we are like in a living room or eating all together, we need to use so all of them can understand. And some
Got
of
it.
them can be deaf, so we use with everyone. And for autistic people, when you use signs or pictures, help them to understand more what's happening or what's gonna happen next, because they need that. Like everything that we need to do, we need to tell, oh, this is gonna happen now, and after that, we're gonna do this, this, and this. So we use a lot to just to make sure if they understand what we mean to say.
Got it. Got it. And let's keep talking about just for a sec, like how is like to work? Like how's the work then?
It's really nice. I think it's really easy. I really like the autistic people now, so it's amazing. They are really funny. So every day is really funny. We basically they like routines, so it's the same routine every day. So basically, I have some shifts in the morning, and in the morning we just help in the morning routine. So we wake them, we give the meds, we help with the breakfast, we prepare them to go to sessions, and in the evening we cook the dinner together. We help in the weekends they go out, so I just plan the things that they want to do. So it's like a house. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like a school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And every day you work like. You help the same person.
No, every day they change. So in my house we have 7 residents. So every day they change. But
So
normal
seven residents, seven volunteers, or not?
now we have just 2 volunteers and most are staffs. But normally it's 6 for 7. Yeah.
Got
Sometimes
it.
with 2 or 3 residents in the same time. Because some of them they are really independent, so just need to keep like an eye if they are doing things right.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm with 3 or 2 or just one, and some of them, if they really like you, they just choose you and they just put your name on the board. So I love
Like I want England today. Ta.
yes.
And
But when
then that,
like, oh, I don't want you.
like not England today.
No.
Okay, got it. Okay. That's not that. Wow, amazing job. Amazing volunteer work. Amazing. And this is something really nice because when some people, I have to say, like me, like sometimes, like I used to say, volunteer work abroad. I say, like, this is like all fake, like this is not like safe, And wow, what an experience you've been having there.
Yes, in my mind, I would feel like a slave here.
Yeah, like somebody's ideas, like before, of course, like volunteer work. It's like, gonna like work long hours, I don't
Mhm.
know, like who I'm gonna work with. So that's amazing. Really. That's a great job you're doing that. And then tell it like, okay, you work how many days per week?
5.
Morning and afternoon, or like morning after night.
It's one morning, one afternoon, one morning, one afternoon.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. And then when you were like your like day off or like morning off, I don't know, what do you do?
Now when I was a volunteer, we used to use the volunteer car, so we just drive somewhere here in Wales.
Volunteer car, like they provide you a car.
Yes. So I came with a friend, so she was the driver. So basically, we just research on Google Maps where to go in Wales, and Wales, it's amazing. It's really amazing. The nature, it's the most beautiful that I have ever seen. So we just go for some waterfall or to the beach or mountains. There's a lot of mountains here. And Wales, it's there's not a lot of things to do in the cities, but there's a lot to do outside. So it's a lot of trekking, a bicycle,
Hmm.
all kayaking. All,
I have seen pictures of you biking on
oh
Instagram
yeah,
with
yeah.
like some great mountain, like a green areas. Wow,
It's
what a
literally
place.
now.
Um,
Now
yes,
I have
Ingrid?
been out a lot because now it's winter, so it's not a good weather. But
Got it.
in the
How cold is there now?
oh, good question. I think it's around 5, 6.
5 degrees now?
Yeah,
That's
6.
just,
But in the house is okay.
but okay, in the house, okay. Ingrid, like Fabrizio August, he asked, like, why for you, like, it was easier to understand Brazilian speak English than the native?
Because I always talk English with Brazilians, and the accent here is really really like strong. And when I start to work in the house, we have some staffs from other nationalities as well. So in my house, we had an Italian, a guy from Turkey, and another one from United States. And the three of them I could understand, but the guys from Wales and England was really really hard.
Got
I
it.
because I never watch a lot series and music about the British accent, so I never
Mm-hmm.
use it for that.
Got it. I see. Yeah, like British accent, like they have their own personality, like it's very strong, fancy, let's just say that. And about the city, like, is it the countryside, like where you're living now, or
Com-
not?
Completely. Yeah, I
Really?
hide it in Wales. Yes,
How many?
I'm hide it in Wales because
Okay. How many inhabitants are there?
oh I don't know, but it's smaller than our city.
Is smaller than South Pirapora. So
Yeah.
South Pirapora, I think they're 45,000.
Also, maybe it's like 10,000 or 20, but
Really? So it's
not,
like
not
tiny, tiny, tiny.
tiny, tiny town.
All right. So what you do in the city?
Nothing.
Okay, got it. See.
The pub.
But then you said that you have been to London.
Yes,
How many like minutes or hours?
4 hours.
4 hours. Ah, it's not too. So it's not too close, English.
No,
No, because when you say like I went there too because it was close, it was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So it's four
no,
hours
4 hours. Yeah.
driving or flight.
Driving.
Driving. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. How was London?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a dream. Oh, it was complete a dream. I went there in the last New Year's Eve, so
Mm.
was complete magic.
You spent New Year's in London.
Yeah, the last year, not this one.
Wow, guys, what about you guys? What about you? What about? And I'm dreaming to spend in Guarujá, and Ingrid tell me that's great. But how was New Year in London? So
Well, the thing is, was really nice. All the streets was with Christmas lights. A lot of people. Uh, oh, everything's London is amazing. The monuments they are smaller than I thought, but that's okay. They are still too beautiful.
really, you felt like it was like
Oh yes.
got it
Oh,
weird.
I was imagining like more, so much more. Like Big Ben is really short.
Really, it's really
Hmm.
short.
Yeah, for me it is. In my because in my mind was like my
Yeah, we create like a twin tower like
yeah,
height.
but
I
it's
got
not.
it.
It's because London is like how can I say it's not flat. Is it flat? Flat
It's
sea.
flat.
Yeah.
It's flat.
So everything looks to be tall, but it's not.
Got it. I
But
see. I see.
everything was really nice. There's a lot of people, Christmas lights, but it still had the COVID in that time. We were using masks, so we were expecting to have fireworks, but when it was midnight, didn't have was a complete silence. So everyone was like, "Happy New Year, guys!"
So everybody, but like you were on the street,
Yeah, it's like a lot of people, crowded, complete crowded.
and probably many people were waiting for the fireworks.
Eh, I was one of them.
Yeah. Oh my. Like three, two,
Yeah,
one, and then
complete.
you hug the person and then go home.
Yes,
Ah, but
but
because of the COVID, they didn't have the firework.
no,
Oh,
and they put it on the news, but we didn't believe. We're like, oh, London's gonna surprise us.
now
Yeah,
like okay, so you had read the news that wouldn't okay,
yeah.
got it, I
My
see.
mind, I was thinking that maybe they just put on the news so wouldn't be so crowded, so they would put fireworks, but because of the COVID, would be okay the people. But was the opposite. It was crowded
Crowded.
and no fireworks.
Damn, damn, damn. Wow, wow.
But in that night, was a historic moment because was the how can I say? I don't know how to say it here in. Oh, I don't know. They open again the Big Ben. So was after five 4 years. I don't remember how long time they stay closed. We could hear the sound again of Big Ben.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
so at midnight was complete silence, but we could hear that. So was oh okay. Oh
Yeah, it was the same as the fireworks, like the same excitement of the fireworks. But you met like you visit
yeah, it was
London. That come on, that,
yeah.
that's that's great. Um, Ingrid, Fabrizio Augusto, he said like send a hi to Ingrid. I work with her father,
Oh, hi.
Fabrizio Augusto. He's there. Hello, Paulo. You're there. Wow, that's great. And tell us, like, I got questions for you now. When people decided to live abroad, Of
Mm-hmm.
course, your case is a bit different. You went as a volunteer, like as a volunteer and stuff. But many people consider the idea to live abroad because of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Many people, like Brazilians, have like, I want to move to US, UK because I want to earn more money because of the currency of the country and stuff. Your case, you went to London, like to England, by the way, to work as a volunteer because it was like, as you said, it was a dream, also, right? But if somebody in here wants to move to UK because of money, do you
Mm-hmm.
think people can live really well? It's easy to find a job. It's hard. Like, can you talk a little bit about it?
Okay. It's not hard to find a job, but you need to be with an English level higher, because we need to do an English test for the visa. And to find a job, you need to find jobs that they give you sponsorship, because you're gonna need this sponsorship for your visa. So I think if you have already a career, it's not gonna be easy to find in your segment.
Mm-hmm.
You are open for start a new job and a new life, you're gonna find a job. You don't need to worry. And the money is completely okay to live here if you don't spend a lot. It's okay. You can
I
have,
think I think in any country, Ingrid,
but
that's mhm.
with a minimum salary here, you can have a really good life. You can like have a car, rent a house, save money, go to Brazil, and buy
Wow.
travel inside of Europe. So you can live like a really good life for us Brazilians.
Like there's a really good power, like the
Yeah,
money
and
there.
the money to Brazil because of the currency is the complete difference.
Yeah, like it's pounds, right?
Yeah,
1 pound, like how much is it today?
it's 6 reais.
Yeah, but before pandemic, it was 8.
8. Yeah, when I
Good moments, right? Good
I
days, right?
um
I see, I got it. And just for like people get to know in here, like the minimal salary there that they pay
it's
UK.
1,800 pounds.
1,800 pounds is the minimum salary that you can buy a car, rent a house, travel.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. Pretty
Yeah.
nice, pretty
Re-
nice. And like you said that for you have the visa, you need to take an English test. Which test is?
they give you some options, but basically you need an English test with the 4 skills. But there's IELTS, PT Home Academic, language cert. I did the When I started to do this process to become a staff, the community helped me, so they paid for the English test. So I did the first one, and I remember I went to do the test, was like 20 minutes, and when finished was like, oh, it was too easy to get a visa with this test. So I remember I was coming back with my friends because we have a lot of Brazilians applying in the same
Did
time.
you check? What do you think about the questions on the second page? What second page? Was something-
So I remember we were in a car all together, and I was like, "Oh, guys, I think the test was too easy to get the visa," and they're like, "Oh, come on, don't be negative." And I said, "I'm not being negative, but I think it was too easy. Like 20 minutes was really, really basic English. Was easier than my interview to come as a volunteer. So I was strange." So then after that, they said that that test wasn't allowed for the visa, so I did another one, and I did this academic one. And this academic one actually is to go to universities. You can use for visa as well. So I did this one. Was like 4 hours of test. So I was, this one is the one. Not that easy the test, but if you study like really grammar, if you and the listening here is just in British accent, so you need to be good in listening because it can be hard, and reading, writing. but it's not that hard. It's really possible. You just need to prepare.
And how did you prepare? Like mock tests?
Yeah, I didn't have time actually, because when they discovered that was the wrong English test, they booked this another one in 3 days. So I didn't study, to be fair. I didn't
Jesus Christ.
have time.
Like, wow.
I really, really remember when I was studying with you about business grammar, business vocabulary, and it helped me a lot, because it's like business. There's a lot of articles from books and research, and I remember when we were studying specifically that vocabulary, so a lot of the words I already knew. I think that helped me
People.
a lot to get a high score.
That's great. That's amazing. That's amazing. And this question that Fabrício Augusto he sent in the chat is really cool. Which food from Brazil you missed most?
Oh my god, I miss all the food.
Tell
Like,
like tell me
I'm
some of them.
I'm missing tapioca now. I'm missing kibe. Um, the normal beans and rice.
I
But
see.
this is the thing that I have to complain about the country. The food
The
here,
food.
terrible, terrible. There's nothing that I can say. Oh, you should try that. Literally
Really? Nothing.
nothing. Like no
Ooh.
desserts, no cakes, bread. No, they
Not
just
even like a stroganoff there.
no, just food.
And you cook for for like you cook for them, right? At
Yes,
work. And
sometimes.
what? But you don't cook like Brazilian food? Have never tried?
I did brigadeiro once. Maybe
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
ask them, they love it. And I did lasagne. Yeah, lasagna. I did
Mm-hmm.
I did feijoada with another volunteer, and
Did
they
they
really
like it?
like his proper food, so you feel like strong after eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that-
Oh damn! But I have talked to people from Brazilians that are living abroad. They complain, say like food is the problem. Like there's no salt. Like the taste is weird and stuff.
uh,
So sorry for that, Ingrid.
it's okay.
So sorry for that.
The first time that I eaten in the house that I work, they did roast dinner. Roast dinner is the dish that they do here, and it's basically a mashed potato, some meat, normally it's lamb, carrots, and some, yeah, and gravy. It's like a sauce. So when she said like, "Oh, we have mashed potato," I was really happy. I was like, "Oh, I like mashed potato."
Yes, something connected to Brazil. You
I,
know.
I like, "Oh, we have that in Brazil, so that's nice." So when I put it in my mouth, was literally just the potato like mashed, no salt, no milk, no
Ugh. Like
just
just
mashed.
it's the same as like you grab the potato meat, but
Mm-hmm.
just it's
Yeah.
mashed.
So I'm
Oh,
like,
awful.
I
Really
can't
awful.
I can't wait to go to Brazil to eat.
Got it. And that's the question. Are you coming? Like, is it possible you come now?
I am
You
now. I didn't buy
really?
flight yet, but maybe I'm going February or March.
Yeah, so next month,
Yeah.
probably.
Yes.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Wow. After almost 2 years.
No,
Almost 2 years.
1 year and a half.
1 year and a half.
Yeah, I'm here now 1 year and 4 months, I think.
Okay, so 1 year and a half. That
Yeah.
pretty cool. And then you can like come to Brazil. Then you're gonna stay like for a long period and come back. How does it work? You
Um,
can do that.
there's a good thing now because I became a staff now a month ago. So I'm saving the money to go to Brazil. But the holiday here is in hours, so you can divide as you want. So you can just have one day, it's okay. If you want to have all the days, it's okay as well. So basically, I have 6 weeks, 6 weeks off in the year. So I'm thinking about 20 days in Brazil.
Nice, nice. They're probably gonna be like thousands of people in the airport to meet you there, you know? And that's amazing. That's really cool. And now you said that you are a staff now. You were a volunteer, now you're staff. How was that? Like you became a staff. Like was easy, was okay, was fast.
It wasn't fast, but when I was almost finished my volunteer, as I came with a friend, she really wanted to stay. I want to come back, but she convinced me to stay, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna stay, I can stay a little bit more.
Probably your mother doesn't like her, you know, like like really Ingrid, she made you stay. I'm kidding, Julian, I'm kidding.
so, so this friend convinced me to stay, and we did the whole process together. And oh, when we were in the 9 month of the volunteer, they start to say like, "Oh, we have some vacancies. Do you want to apply?" And I was like, "I don't know. I think I want to come back." And they're like, "Oh, but you work well. You are like now you are used with the job. The residents they like you. You should apply." So I start to apply to see how the things would happen, and actually
Hmm.
really fast. And then I got my visa. Yeah, last month. Yeah, in November. In the end of November,
Nice.
I got my visa. What was easy is just the English test wasn't that easy, was kind of stressful. And we did an interview with the manager of the community here. So he asked a lot about our trainings, our experience in the house. But basically was is after you work for a year, you already feel as a staff. You just notice that you're not being paid for that. So it's basically
Yeah, but like because in case of routine, nothing gonna change, right?
a little
Or
bit.
change.
Now I'm allowed to give the medication for the residents. As a volunteer, you cannot. And now I need to do sleeping in the house. So basically, every day someone needs to sleep in the house just in case of an emergency. So
Mm-hmm.
now one day in my week I need to sleep in the house, but it's just that. And now I'm like, in every shift we have a shift leader. So now I can be a shift leader because I'm getting the oldest now. I still feel as a volunteer. It's strange to say that, but I'm the oldest volunteer in the house.
Got it.
Just me and the volunteer in the house. I'm like the manager in that shift, so I decide with who is gonna stay with who, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna cook.
Wow, you got
Like
some responsibilities there.
a lot.
Managing people there, managing people there. That's tough. Pretty
Yeah,
cool. Amazing. And then now, like with your visa now, you can stay like for years in UK
for
or
fun. Oh,
5 years. Oh, that's great.
that's good.
And then every year you can come, you can visit Brazil.
Yes, I can go in every holiday. And after just 5 years, they said that we can apply for our permanent residence here. So most of the people that they stay, they are thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that, but most of the people they are planning to stay the five.
You're not thinking about that.
Oh, I can't think in 5 years. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. That's true. That's true for sure. And other question for Fabrizio Augustin: have you been to many castles?
Yes, a lot. Actually, Wales is the country that most has castles in the world. So there's one in the city that I live. It's not a nice one, like it's not a proper castle, but there's a lot, a lot. I need to post more pictures in my Instagram.
Guys, follow Ingrid on Instagram. Really, sometimes she posts some pictures. Then I say like, wow. I think I remember like you post once like you and a group of friends. There were some bikes there together, and they were like the sea. I think there was a sea there.
Ah, I think I do remember.
There was a
Yes,
scene there. The bank said, "My God, it
I
was
think.
like really beautiful. It was really beautiful
Oh,
place to be there." And then tell us like, really, I'm in love with this volunteer work. Really, like, please, guys, you guys are watching that. Look for it, right? Ingrid, I think probably I don't know, but many people don't know about that,
no,
right?
no.
It's really unknown, right? research about that because it's a great opportunity that in if with 1 year in the middle of pandemic that Ingrid she was able to save money. Of course, we can do now this way. And tell us, all right, you explain about like work, food, like everything. Now tell us like about the country, culture. So different. It's difficult. Like is for us that Brazilian would like suffer a little, or it's okay. Tell us about it.
I think you're not gonna suffer, but it's different. When I start to work, they are really, really polite, and was kind of strange for me because in all of my jobs, in some moment you're gonna have a discussion with someone or someone's gonna say something, but here they are really nice, like all the time. And I remember when I start, I was just washing the dishes and someone came like, "Oh, lovely job! I'm really thankful for what you have done." And I was like, "I just want this." What?
What an amazing way you wash the dishes, like how really.
Yes, and
Wow, that's weird.
every day they came like, "Oh, you're gonna stay with this residence, are you happy to stay with this one, are you feeling able to stay with this one?" So they really worry about how you're feeling, how was your day, how is your life. They're
And
really.
and you feel like this respect, like it's in the community, but like on the street, restaurant, supermarket, people
It
are
is most of the people, yeah. Hearing,
wow.
yes, but now that I'm here I can see a difference between Welsh people and British people. But in England they can sometimes rude if they have to be, of course. But here, most of the time, they're really nice, and it's really fun, and they really like people from another countries, so they're gonna make you feel welcome anyway. And we have tea break every time,
Really
every time.
nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
like
That's cool.
everything that we do, we have a tea break. If we cook when we finish, like, oh, tea break now. If we go for a walk, when we come back, tea break. After shower, tea break. So they literally have around 20 teas in a day. Like
20 teas in a day. Do
they
you drink that?
no, no, not all. I can't.
like no. Wow, 20. Then come on, that's crazy.
Normally they don't drink water. They just drink the teas. So it's like they always say, "Oh, we need some fluid in the body." So have like,
Like this one, like I'm drinking water, then like they're drinking tea.
yes, of course,
Jesus.
black tea with milk.
Oh my god, that's so weird. Come on, that's funny. That's funny.
But now
What
I'm
else?
I'm drinking now black tea as well.
Really? So when you come to Brazil, like prepare like at least 10 tea per day, Wow, my God. And then tell me like in case of the culture as well, uh any tip for us, like we're about to finish, somebody wants to move to UK, working as a volunteer as you are, or just going there to work, to live there.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say for me, for them? Advice, tips, recommendations?
Oh, I think if you are open to come for the experience, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna surprise with everything. They are literally really nice. The job is nice as well. You just need to come with your heart open for the experience and just enjoy as much as you can, because a year is a really short time. When you come, you don't see that. You think, "Oh, it's a long time without my family." But when you are here, there's a lot of things happen. You are improving a lot. Your mind expand a lot. You see a lot of different ways to living life. So you start to question yourself, like, "Whoa, what? How do I want to live my future life?" So just
Oh,
open for the next experience, and you're gonna have the best experience that you can.
pretty cool. Wow, amazing, amazing. Because I think as you're saying, like how I'm gonna live that in the future. Think in the position that you are now, like manager. like with the volunteers as well, really
Yeah.
young, I think needs and requires a very like mature way of the person, right? You really
Hmm.
get maturing, I think, in this kind of situations, right? As you said, like a year is really short because like so many things you live in a year, right? I think
Looks like
that's
years. Yeah, a lot change. Now, I know that like a year ago, I wouldn't be doing that, like doing a video call in English. I would be so nervous. I'm complete okay. And here we do a lot of meetings by video calls, and I'm a complete shy person, but I have to do because it's my work. So I just
hmm
so in, in somehow after a year you just look at yourself and you're like, oh my god, I changed a lot. I don't recognize who I came, like looks like another person. It's so
amazing.
crazy.
Amazing, amazing. And like Fabricio, he asked, like, she never thought about making lives and videos showing how to live in Europe. Never thought about that. Get your Instagram, like, living with Ingrid in
uh,
UK or something like that.
yeah, I already think about it, but as I was coming here to work in this community, I didn't know if it would be okay to record most of the things. I didn't know how would be the experience, to be fair. As I told, I
Yeah,
was
that's true.
negative. I was thinking that I would work a lot, that I wouldn't like the job. I was thinking that the rooms, I would share rooms. So I was thinking about another thing. But now that I'm literally living here, and now I have like, now I think I'm more able to go for the other countries as well, and like to explore more because of the money, of course. So me and my friend, we were talking that maybe we should do that, but we are not sure yet because I'm really shy. But she's not, so I'm like, I just gonna do it if we do together. I need the support to do that.
Yeah, that would be nice because, as you said, like, help other people to help other Brazilians to go to UK, like, with like this volunteer work,
Yeah.
because so many people don't know, have no idea, have
No,
no
I.
idea because, for example, girls like they really stick to the idea of au pair United
Yeah.
States, right? But they have like this opportunity, which I don't know, I really don't know,
Uh huh.
like in details, both of them. But this one looks really nicer,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
really, really nicer, as we're
Have
saying now.
you you don't live in the house that you work. When
Exactly.
you finish, like you can go out, you can go out with your friends, you can drink, you can do whatever you want. But
Exactly.
when you live in the house that you work, yeah, I had no idea. I really would like to help more people because when I started to study English, my dream was always to come abroad to studying or to do exchange or anything, just to come to improve my English. But the price is really, really high. And I remember about me like crying, like, oh, I don't have that money. I will never have like 50,000 reais to go. So in my mind, that would have never happen, but in some way happened in a really nice way. I had a great experience and I didn't pay a lot. I just saved money for a year and it was like easy. You just need to be like have your goal and save the money. That's it. It happened. You don't need to worry.
For sure. And two nice things I want to point out. Pretty cool because you need to like save money, get things ready 1 year before, right?
Hmm?
Sometimes I hear stories like people that need to prepare like 3 years, saving money, dealing with things. So this is a great benefit. And another point is that you already had English
Mm-hmm.
because look at somebody that, okay, there is this volunteer UK, now I'm going to study English, now I'm going to be fluent, and then I'm going to, so that's going to take some years to be prepared. So that's cool because you were ready for that, you
Mm-hmm.
know I think this is
I,
the great
yeah.
thing. And other question, is there a limit of age for being volunteer?
No. We
No limit of age.
no, we have a volunteer here now. He is 44.
Come on.
Yes,
Now, I think, I'm sorry, guys, but I think
you're
that answer made this volunteer way better than all care. I think. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like to put my opinion, especially live. But any age, 40, 30, 20, what is the minimum? 18?
18. Yeah,
18. Adult, you can, come on, come on. So
yeah.
you guys are watching that, please do
So
that.
when he's 44, and he's doing this volunteer more than 20 years, and because now it's gonna be longer, but in UK we have this visa for the volunteer. So in UK you can stay the whole year. You don't need to worry. But we have this kind of communities like with autistic people in all the countries. So this friend he has been doing this volunteer in this kind of communities with autistic people for 20 years. So since he was 20, he's doing that. So he's basically living as a volunteer for 20 years. He live in Norway, United States, I think India. I'm not sure. Now here in Wales, he live in more than
20.
countries, but I don't remember all the countries now.
20 years as a volunteer. So basically, you can make a career as a volunteer, you know?
Mm-hmm. If you want to know a lot of countries, and it's really easy.
I'm gonna really, after this life, I'm gonna look for more that because I'm really in love with that, really in love with that, you know, with all
Oh
benefits and like you are helping like autism people, like that's which is a amazing thing.
yeah, so this kind of community is called Camp Hill. So there is in Portugal, here, Norway, Scotland, London, literally everywhere. So and they are connecting to each other. So if you do a really good job in one of them,
It can
you
be
can
transferred.
for help to go for other ones because they are all connected.
Wow. Wow. Guys, like this live, everybody must watch. I'm gonna share with like all like everyone that I know. Really. That's
But
amazing. That's amazing. Ingrid, well, thank you so much. Really. I love it. I hope you had like it. I hope you guys in here had enjoyed. It was amazing talking to you again because I don't remember the last time I had seen you. I think it was like years and years ago.
oh
Like
yes,
really like long time ago. It was really nice seeing your pictures, your stories and posts like going to UK. And I was really surprised. I like, wait, like she's leaving? Like really? And there was a picture like of you in I think your mother and your father crying there. And I say like she's going, like she's leaving Brazil really. And I was really happy for you because guys that you guys are watching like Ingrid was like one of the students that really worked hard. You know, like she's abroad, she's living this great experience, not because she found a volunteer program, which is amazing. You know, no, because she really worked hard on it. I'm like I was her teacher. I was able to see that even like in the beginning, right, that you were studying, like you highlighted like you excel from
mm,
everyone in the class. So it was you deserve that, you know, like every all these good things that you're living now, like every day wake up that like you really deserve that, not because it happened to me. You deserve that.
thank
We really work hard for that, and I'm really happy to see. I'm really happy like to see my students like being successful. And you're really successful now. You know, doing a great job, living great experience abroad. And when you come to Brazil, let's see if you can meet. You
you.
know,
Of
it's gonna
course,
be great. You know, it's gonna be great. And I hope we can keep in touch. And please make your Instagram to inspire more people
I
because
post more.
people need to know that. Really. Look, Fabrício, that he said, deu até vontade de fazer trabalho voluntário. Really, me too. You know, really, like 1 hour talking to you really inspired me to work as a volunteer. you
Yes.
know. And look, Andrea, he said, I love your experience and your courage.
Oh,
Absolutely, your courage. Like, we're really brave. It was
yeah.
really brave. So please consider that. Make your Instagram a page to help other people to work with volunteer. I think you're gonna help lots of lives, lots of people there. You know.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ingrid. Do you have
Thank.
anything to add?
Yes, I want to thank you for inviting me,
You're
and
welcome.
as well. When I arrived here, everyone was like saying good things about my English, and I was like, "Oh, I had a good English teacher." And now that I did the English test to base stuff, I know how the difference was when I was studying with you. And it's not about just learning English, but you need a teacher that can help you to bring more, and you were this kind that was always make me do more than I should just in class. So every time I was at home, I was like, I need to study more, I need to give my best because I know it's gonna be better. So I'm really glad. I can't believe that I'm talking English like this. It's crazy.
You are nailed. Like, you are nailed. Really, your English is amazing now. Like,
I really
really.
remember the first class that I couldn't like do a phrase, and now I'm talking a lot. I can understand. I'm really, really grateful. I can't believe if I could come back in the English in the past and say, oh, one day you're going to have a life with your teacher talking English. I wouldn't believe.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
Yeah.
And this nice what you said, Ingrid, in case like before you didn't know how to make a phrase, and now you talk for 1 hour and some minutes all in English because it's a process, right?
Yes. You just need to
And
study hard. It's that.
study hard, work hard, and timing.
I-
People, yeah, like there is time. Like, which year you start studying English?
With you, 16,
2016,
16.
16. You know, so 2016, we are 2023. So there is a time, you guys, for
Mm-hmm.
you guys get your proficiency. You know, it's not something quick as
No.
people think,
When
right?
you
Need
get
time.
there, God, it's amazing.
Sorry, Ingrid?
When you get there, it's amazing. Now I have like a lot of friends that they are native, and when I'm talk with them, like, oh my god, I have a friend, and I'm talking English.
A person that doesn't know my language and there is only English between us, you know. English makes this make us independent, right? It's an independence. I always see English like as an independence, you know.
And
So
really opens a lot of opportunities, a lot. When you know English, the world
absolutely.
comes to you like you can.
As working as a volunteer in the UK, you know, and because I'm really after this life, I'm going to start to really deeply research with this volunteer that. And English, before we finish, like there is in here. Oh, thank you so much, Jefferson. You said that, and Fabrizio he said like ask like Ingrid to say hi to me and send me a kiss. People like I think there's your family in here in French.
Oh, my
There's Juliana in here. Also, there's Fabrizio in here. There's Jefferson. So pretty nice guys. So Ingrid, your English is very well nice to see how much you grow this month. So Diogo he sent it to us. Diogo, I'm totally sure of that because I think I was like your first or second teacher, and I remember how your English was,
yeah,
your construction. But I gotta say, I'm gonna repeat that. She really working hard, you know, like she really worked hard, you
yeah.
know.
I was
Uh,
to learn English in that.
yeah, like I remember, like I don't know, we were working on something, and then at the end of the class, she said, "I'm watch something in English. I'm reading something in English." So you are having a lot of English around you, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So that
And
makes the difference.
it's
That
to have a motivation in that time was the aviation for me. So you just have a goal and studying hard. You're gonna get there.
ex- exactly, exactly. Well, guys, so we're gonna end this live. Okay, it's gonna be recorded. You guys can watch it as many times. I'm gonna, I'm gonna. All right, because I'm gonna take note of everything you said. You know, And thank you so much, okay, for taking some hours of your day. What time is there now?
Now it's 10.
10. So, okay, so time to sleep, to hit the sack. All right. I'm sorry for taking so long, but it was amazing.
Oh,
Really, it was amazing.
that's
Thank you
really
so much.
and
Okay. And you guys are watching, tomorrow we're going to have another one, but not with Ingrid, with another host, okay, with another guest. I'm going to be the host with another guest. I hope I can see you guys again. Ingrid, thank you so much. Have a great night, great week, and we can keep in touch. When you come to Brazil, please send me a message. We can meet each other. All
yeah.
right. So thank you so much, everyone, Ingrid and everybody. Thank you so much. See you there.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.